Hello, I'm John Sciacca, contributing technical editor with Residential Systems, and today I'm joined by Roberto Gamba, sales director and international business developer for McIntosh Group. Roberto, thank you for spending some time with me today to talk about Sonos Faber's plans for the upcoming CEDIA Expo.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I know for myself, this will be my first return to Expo since 2019, so I'm super excited to get to Dallas and back to an in-person event. And from everyone that I've spoken to in the industry so far, there seems just be a ton of excitement and energy surrounding this expo. So with that in mind, Roberto, what can dealers and attendees expect to see and maybe more importantly hear from McIntosh and Sonos Faber at this upcoming expo?
The idea for the group was to work so hard in some amazing projects. This is the first things that I can say. But the main focus of the show has been developed with some very close partner. As a sneak peek, visitor can expect really to experience, for us, a new global standard of luxury cinema. And that is both visually and sonically groundbreaking. And we hope that we can genuinely amaze the integration community. This is our aim. And this is a culmination of many months of work from the R&D team and manufacturing team. And we are super excited to see and hear the people reaction, because still also for us is long time before to be at the show, 2019, same. So let's enjoy the moment.
I feel like everybody feels that same way. So I know this year, Sonos Faber will be in a demo room with some of the top luxury AV manufacturers in the industry, including Trinov, Kaleidoscape, and 9,000 lumen barcode Nord laser projector. So you guys have found some great people to work with. How did that partnership all come together, and which of your products will be featured in this demo?
There are other key partners like Officina Acustica, like Match VR. There are some technical partners like Seamless Screen and AudioQuest Cable that are the technical helps on that. And the common factor is the desire as best as we can do. So is to create the finest and emotional experience for the end user. This is why there are these brands. So the brand coming together in this project to deliver the very emotional experience. And we will try also after the show and then later on in the project design and everything to give the transparency in product. So be really very clear with customer about specification, about product selection, data information, because we want to follow the aim of the CEDIA CTA that work for create this kind of transparency in the CI industry. And for sure, the end point is, and is the most important for us, I can say all the brand, is to guarantee the quality level that the customer pay for, because we need to give a kind of guarantee. So we build up a huge room. You mentioned the Neon. There will be the new line of Arena speaker from Sonos Faber that is really a groundbreaking product. We can talk later on. And from McIntosh, we will use a monoblock C611. We will use the MC462 and MI product. So it's really, I think, the finest way to show an emotional luxury theater.
Well, you kind of name dropped it there about the Sonos will be premiering its new Arena line of speakers. So tell us more about that line and how it compares to your current Palladio line of speakers.
So I will start a little bit differently, because we can say that is not a real comparison. The idea of Arena has been a project of pure passion first. We decided to take all these amazing about Sonos Faber, like aesthetic, ethic, vision, and apply directly this to the very highest level of cinema, where is a little bit different, because in this space there are exacting standards and there are demands that are physically. So our idea is to follow this, but also try to meet and exceed the needed on this space. So it's really a product that will bring everything that is in the Sonos Fiber DNA, adding the standards, adding everything is needed, like the SPL, the dynamics, and everything, but still get the finest quality sound that is in the DNA. So if we can compare to the Palladio 6 and 5, is not a real comparison, but what I can say is, if you look the hi-fi range, the 2-channel range, you can have the AIDA on the top, then you go down, and you reach the Lumina, that is the entry-level product. So we can say that Palladio 5 is the entry-level, and the Arena is the AIDA on the CI space.
I know with the Arena speakers, Sonos Favors introduced the phrase CI-Fi, which represents high fidelity custom installation audio. How does Arena prioritize the needs of custom installers and their demands while still retaining Sonos Favors' classic artisanal design and performance elements?
Very good question. We can say first that the CI-Fi phrase I've been using for a long time from Andy Oates and the UK team. This is the first things that I'm really need to say, because they help a lot, and they develop these kind of terms at the beginning. Then the idea is to place emotional experience in the art of CI and cinema design. This is the aim of this concept. And we feel that project that place emphasis on this area will delight end user. This is the main point. And for sure, I say always that is also simplify the design process and improve profitability for the community, because we need also to look into that. So profitability is another key core. So this is the main point. We also teach at the last ISC in Barcelona about the CI-Fi. So it's a long path. You can imagine that now with metaverse, with everything, the listening time that people have in their own house, it's important. So all these kind of things can help to grow the market, but also we can grow the quality. So if we meet and exceed the standard, we can give to the end user a live experience in their own house. So this is the main point for CI-Fi. Then the Arena concept is very simple. Is a kind of amalgamation of experience of the team. So we work with some amazing industry figure designing and installing amazing cinema integration projects. So the idea is to combine the Sonos Faber incredible hi-fi acoustic design and the manufacturing. So this is the idea. Bring everything there and translate in the CI-Fi world. So we want the custom fidelity that is the key part for the integration community, because we think that we can play really with dynamic SPL and everything there, but try to reduce and, if we can, avoid the distortion. So have very clear sound also in the theater, so you can play your music without any issue. So this family of products, I think, can add incredible value on the market.
I know, from my last name, Sciacca, I'm Italian, and I'm a huge fan of Italian-made products. When I think of Sonos Faber, the first thing that generally comes to mind are the beautiful handcrafted cabinetry and the design. Obviously, on a CI product, you don't have all of that. Has that been a challenge, like getting dealers to embrace maybe a product that doesn't have your beautiful wood and craftsmanship, or like how have you been able to bring any of those elements into the new line?
It's really a different line. If you look at the Palladio, there are still something different, because you can buy a wood plate that is a finest wood plate. So you can see that. On the Arena, I can say that we still have leather on the front. So we still have some design touch on that way, plus other that you will see, because then we can discover during the show. The idea is to bring everything there. So still we keep the aesthetic, but plus we get everything for the R&D that can help as a finest sound.
You mentioned that Officina Acustica is doing the room design for your guys' demo space, and I happen to know Maurizio Conti. Anybody that's run across him, he's a fantastic ambassador for our industry. I'm just wondering, did Sonos work with him at all on the design to make sure that the Arena speakers were going to place correctly or with that, or did you guys have any back and forth with Maurizio on that?
First, Maurizio is also a friend of mine. We know each other since a lot of years in the industry. And I can say that the positioning of the speaker inside the room was made by all the partners together. So we bring the value of everybody on the industry for build up the room at the end. And he gave a great hands because it's a lot of job. You can imagine that it's not easy to build up a room for CEDIA. Plus, I want to remember that we started this kind of project a few months ago. It's not a long-term, I can say, project. For example, the development of the speaker is 1 year development. And we decide to do the CEDIA, just for you know, and the industry know, in May this year. So for making it happen is a huge effort for everybody. So I can say also Trinov help on that, Matt VR, Kaleidoscope, everybody had his own touch. Also Barco with the projector because they help on that. And I think the industry need to have this kind of partnership because the partnership between brands, it's important for grow up and create the best ever experience. And this is for me something that will be a key point on the future because alone we can do something, but we cannot create the experience. And the emotional experience is what the customer wants. Doesn't matter who is there or what he do, but the experience is key.
And I think I read there's going to be 17, at least Sonos Faber speakers in this cinema. And will that encompass the entire Arena lineup, or will there be other speakers beyond Arena?
There will be other speaker. We are working on it. So
Stay tuned.
Yeah, I can spot something before you see the room. But the idea is we play with the big one right now. So there are the LCR that are is the best product. Then we will discover the naming and everything. And I leave that to the press release and everything because I think it's way better. Then there are the surround and the Atmos speaker that are the same right now. And what we try to do is also to create a different rendering for the subwoofer area because we play with 12 subwoofer there. So 8 on the front and 4 on the back. It's not because we want to be loud. This is my first things because sometimes the people tell to me that I'm a little bit crazy because I play loud, but it's not the point. The point is to create really an homogeneous area around the room. So create a very large area of listening first for the low frequency. And then because I can only say that we can get really a very good articulation there. So it's matter also on articulation.
I'm sure it's going to be a popular booth at the show for sure. I know that there are some terrific Sonos Faber demo spaces around the world. Where is your favorite McIntosh Sonos Faber demo space, and what does it do right in your opinion?
I can see that we have some very good space, like in our factory in Vicenzo and so on. But my aim and the aim of the company is to build more and more emotional space. So we can get more after the CEDIA, depending on what we can say, because if we say, yes, the Palladio is a very good line and we have a lot of facility there. But if we want to go to the finest room, we will have, because we already planned someone, and we can get someone in UK, in US, and in Italy, obviously, because we are based in Italy. And we invite a lot of distributor and dealer here. So you can experience almost everything there, and all the products are available. And what is the key is the product, the environment. And if you are able to visit us in Italy, you can feel the company. When I joined the company, my first feeling was that the people are really proud to be part of the company. They are excited to build products. So the aim is you can see the company, you can listen to the product, and you can feel the smell of everything that's happened here.
When I think of Sonos, the word heritage comes to mind. You know, that kind of old world craftsmanship and design, but that, you know, like taught down from the generation and things. I mean, I believe you guys have all the woodworking is done in house. I mean, with artisanal people, that's all they do.
Yes, we have our own wood factory, and everything is manufactured here. And for your knowledge, the Arena line will be fully made in Italy. So this is another key point and key part that I didn't tell before, but you asked me about the manufacturing. I can say that everything from Arena will be made in Italy.
And I know it's not even launched yet, but after the show, do you have an idea when the Arena might start becoming available to dealers?
So we already start the process of get parts, because the most important things is to get parts available. I cannot exactly tell to you the date, but the idea is launch at CEDIA, and we will be ready for get order there, and probably before the end of the year we can start the production. So it's a very quick process because everything is ready. We start to listen the product some month ago, so we are on path for be ready this year.
And is it an all new driver arrays built for the Arena, or are you sharing drivers from some of your existing styles?
The idea is try to bring the technology that we already have in some speaker in the other line, and we can have someone, but in reality in the Arena, for sure, someone are shared, but a lot of the other are specially developed for the Arena because the needed are completely different, but still the timbre and everything there as a sonically response is the same that we can get in the hi-fi community.
Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you'd like to discuss now or bring up?
I can only say that this will be also very good for the McIntosh Group, because for sure not all the dealers will sell Sonos Faber and McIntosh, but the idea to create a kind of solution I think is really helpful for guarantee a very good result for the end user. So we match the Arena 30 with the MC611, that is the perfect matching. So there will be some perfect matching that will work with other amplifier. It's not an issue, but we try to create solution that guarantee the result at the end.
Synergy.
Yes.
Well, Roberto, I want to thank you again for the time today. It was great chatting with you. And I know the 11.12.6 channel McIntosh Sonos Faber Partner Showcase will be running in booth 26097 at CEDIA Expo. And I know it's going to be personally high on my list to check out. And until then, I thank everybody for watching. To you, I say buongiorno or buonasera, whichever time it is over there. And I look forward to seeing you at the Expo.
Thank you so much for your invitation, and let's rock the show. This is
absolutely.
What I can say. See you in CEDIA.